What's going on, everybody? So in this video we are going to be talking about the NFT marketplace wars, some up and coming hot projects, and some of the latest drama on some of the blue chip projects. Now, before we go ahead and get started, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you're still alive during this bear market, and let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, first thing we're going to talk about is going to be coin market cap, looking at the crypto market overall. So right now everything's kind of bullish in a sense, where a lot of the prices are going up. We see Bitcoin at 24,000, Ethereum at almost at 1.7k, and going into Ethereum a little bit over the past 7 days, it's been going up. So it seems like right now there's a little bit of a bullish feeling in the crypto markets. When we are looking at the crypto fear and greed index, which I like to reference once in a while, seems like everything is quite greedy, and I honestly agree, right? Because there's the BLUR airdrop. I mean, that BLUR airdrop itself, it's not going to pump Ethereum by itself, but you know, that kind of makes people want to buy more NFTs during this time where it's free money, and nothing is really for free, right? Somebody is still holding the bag in a sense, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But overall, when we're kind of looking at volume in general, volume has been increasing for NFTs, but you have to keep in mind that a lot of people are kind of wash trading and trying to earn points on BLUR in order to get the second season of the airdrop, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Now, speaking of marketplaces, so as you know, BLUR recently had its airdrop. People were getting free money, cashing out their BLUR for Ethereum or USDC, whatever the case is, and some people are even buying more NFTs with that free money, right? Now, you have to ask the question, okay, if somebody is cashing out their BLUR, who is buying it? Let's go ahead and take at the BLUR charts, right? So this is BLUR using CoinGecko, and let's look at it over the past 7 days, right? Because I mean, this only launched like 5 days ago, right? So this is still pretty fresh. At one point after it dropped, where a lot of people sold it, so at 0.6, but you know, over time people kind of got really bullish on BLUR because of the roadmap they released, the announcement of the second season, and that you can actually earn more tokens. And so the price is actually going up all the way to 1.3, so it's significantly higher than the bottom over here. Now, what's interesting is that because people are speculating that they're going to get another airdrop, and so many people made money on the first one, then people want to play that game, right? And so this is like getting into DeFi kind of territory, except that, you know, all the DeFi people are kind of applying their knowledge into NFTs over here, right? We'll see how this plays out, you know, over time. Will people become more bullish? Will people speculate? Absolutely, right? And so that's pretty much this game. So if you do play this game, understand your exit, understand your entry, and also understand that you are playing a game with traders, professional traders who know what they're doing. So definitely be careful, right? Now, the latest news with the marketplace wars is that Opensea, which was, you know, at one point getting the most volume per day, they've been losing a lot of traction from BLUR because BLUR doesn't have any fees, or they'll charge a 0.5% and only take their platform fee, right? No creator fee. So Opensea is going to reduce their fee to 0% for a limited time, and then later on they're going to move to an optional creator earning at a 0.5% minimum for all collections. So right now it's kind of like a Hail Mary, where, you know, a lot of people are speculating that because Opensea was complacent, they didn't really improve their platform in general to kind of compete with BLUR, and BLUR just came in, you know, guns blazing and just created a much better experience. To be honest, Opensea is still good, you know, like it still works, right? So they even admit there's a major shift in the NFT ecosystem, meaning that they can't just not do anything anymore. So now they're going to 0% fees. Now the problem is that, you know, you can see Luca Nets over here. He's like, this is going to have the opposite effect that you want to have. I'm sure a lot of people agree with that, where Magic Eden kind of had that situation as well. And, you know, based on Magic Eden's performance and everything like that, they kind of lost traction once they try to compete with BLUR, reducing their fees and this and that. So Opensea is kind of following the same path. Now, is it over for Opensea? I personally don't think so, but they have to really have a game plan in order to figure out what will they do next in order to get a competitive advantage, right? And, you know, at the end of the day, it's like having a better product, a better experience, and having the right compensation structure. And right now, BLUR is pretty powerful because they're giving away free money, right? Again, nothing is really free. And so what I mean by that is that, yes, you know, for every person selling BLUR, there has to be someone buying it, because that person buying it, they're speculating that the price of this is going to go up in the future. Now, based on this speculation, you can get a lot of people to buy, and market cap is a form of marketing, and speculation is also a form of marketing. So if their season 2 goes well, more people will buy into season 2, and they'll go into season 3, season 4, season 5, and they'll just continue their roadmap, right? When does that party end? Who knows? Will it ever end? Who knows? And will the party keep going forever for maybe years to come? Maybe that's a possibility, but you have to understand also, you know, the team has a vesting schedule over the next 4 years, and they can actually sell the tokens, 70% of their tokens over the next 2 years. So you definitely want to keep in mind on when the team can sell, because that may be an indicator of where the project may go. Now, Could Blur just continue for the next 2 years? That's possible. I don't have a crystal ball over here, but I'm just kind of laying out the possible scenarios. And some people are saying like, hey, OpenSea should probably do a token. I think there's a lot of regulation to a token. So, I mean, they're probably considering it in their meetings, to be honest, right? The last piece of content on the thread by OpenSea, it says, stay tuned for more info as we continue to explore ways to reward our loyal holders, right? So what would that be? Is it speculation of a token, or maybe it's going to be a discount on your fees? Just a reminder of the past, Magic Eden rolled out rewards quite a while ago, actually, where it's like you have different levels, and then each different level, depending on your trading volume, will give you discounts, and everyone's kind of clowning it because it was like not really that beneficial for the holders or the traders. We'll see what OpenSea can do. We'll see what they can do legally based on location of operation and everything like that. And yeah, stay tuned. Next piece of news we have to cover is CollabLand, right? Basically the platform that a lot of people use when it comes to verifying what NFTs you have to get access to certain discords. They are going to be doing this token called Collab. Basically, the top 100 communities are going to get allocation to that. And I'm not going to go into the details, but you know, people who have used the platform as well, they're also going to get some rewards. So kind of makes sense, right? Because CollabLand was essentially, from my understanding, free for the longest time, right? And so they got to make money somehow, and they have all these users. So a token makes sense in that it's almost like an IPO if you think about it, right? In some senses, where you're able to create value from in a token. People can speculate on that token, especially if CollabLand creates some kind of roadmap and gets people to buy it, right? Increasing the buy pressure. And then the team, as CollabLand, probably has an allocation, is my guess, on when they can probably sell their tokens, whether you're a founder, a team member, or even VC. And so that's how the DeFi game kind of works, where, you know, you kind of cash up, right? So that's a term that I'm going to be coining here. Cashing up, meaning that as you build the product, you're actually making profit or revenue on the way up. And how that kind of works is like people may speculate on your coin and buy it for whatever reason. And the more believable reasons for why you can create buy pressure in anticipation of something, the more people will buy your coin. And, you know, when team sells, which they eventually probably do as a reward for their hard work, right? You know, there's buy pressure to support their sell pressure, right? And that's pretty much how it goes. And you could think of it like, let's say, like if anyone sold ApeCoin during the other side's mint, right? There's a lot of buy pressure during the other side mint. Could it be that some people have sold ApeCoin during that time? That's possible, right? Because there's so much buy pressure at that period. So definitely want to look at the past to see what the future has in store, because history tends to rhyme. So let's go ahead and talk about some new projects, right? So recently, just literally like a day ago, I saw this project called Join the Batch. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I saw that there are a lot of people that I'm familiar with on Twitter, like 9gag CEOs over here getting into this. Maybe it's like a whitelist or something. It's very mysterious, right? Grail.eth over here, Crypto Gorilla over here, you know, Trey. So you get like a lot of these people who are, you know, somewhat prominent. Elena from the Azuki researcher. So a lot of people who are, you know, kind of like have a presence in the NFT Web3 space. And so it looks interesting, right? Personally, they haven't reached out to me yet, or maybe they never will. I don't know, but I applied for this. So if you're interested in that, check it out. They don't have too much information on it quite yet. It seems like the company behind it is going to be Magic Batch, which is still a mysterious company. But if you want to listen to this AMA and learn more about what they're all about, definitely check that out. I just haven't had time to do it. The website doesn't really tell you much information. It's just like this really like trippy thing, and so that's what it is. All right, so reading this thread, that actually gives me all the information I need to know about this project. So basically, this is their official like NFT project, which their goal is to incubate projects that want to build on top of Polygon, right? So they're going to be holders of Magic Batch can pitch ideas, products, and NFT projects to different VCs, get fundraising and launch your project, right? And of course, you're a Polygon, you want people to use Polygon, right? And so you want to create buy pressure for Polygon. So that means you need good projects, right? Utes is moving to Polygon, Starbucks is on Polygon, and other projects are moving onto Polygon. And so they're really taking initiative to try to be a premier layer 2 for companies to build on top of, right? And then also holders can apply for advisory positions for marketing, community, product tech. So basically, if you're a builder and you want to help these projects, maybe when they raise money, they need to hire a team, maybe you're like in there right away. So this is pretty smart in that, you know, it's a really strong initiative for a layer 2 to onboard a bunch of people. They already got like all these like influencer type of people to apply. I even applied. So, and I don't even know too much about this thing quite yet, but I'm willing to learn. And so if you're open to that, make sure to check it out. All right, next piece of news that we have is going to be Memeland. So Memeland recently teased out some sketches of what their PFP might look like. And again, it's nothing official, right? It's just like posting on their official account, but it looks like they're going to have these anime style pirates. Pretty interesting that they're going for the anime route because they had the pixel first, but I kind of understand that because anime is is becoming more mainstream. It's growing quite a lot. So according to this B2B report, global anime market size is going to be 28 billion, growing at a 9.8% a year. So you can see that 9.8% a year compounded over time is quite exponential. Or you see like so many like rappers talking about anime, luxury brands doing anime stuff. Even Dolce & Gabbana collaborated with Jujutsu Kaisen, which is quite an interesting collaboration right there. So we kind of see anime on the rise. We see Azuki on the rise as well. And so Azuki kind of is proving that, you know, there's a lot of money in that in the NFT space. And also, like, you know, when we launched Parallax back in the day in June 2022, even I could see that anime was popping off. And that's why even our NFT collection, even though it's more built to be like a utility kind of pass for education, we did an anime PFP because I understood that culture is very important and a lot of people love anime and it's very universal for all ethnicities. And so I can understand why, you know, Memeland is doing the whole anime. And so with that said, that is everything we got to cover for this video. If you want to learn more about NFTs and get a really in-depth look and maybe even take some Parallax Academy classes, right, which is available for our holders. So if you want to check that out, check out our Opensea. Link is in the description. And so with that said, give this video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.